What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Hazoret the Beatsticks. Going burn. Yep, going up top. That's the name of the game on this one. See, we're playing against Yidris, the Maelstrom Wielder. Yes, I can get behind that. As far as our opening hand goes, we do have Commune with Lava, Furnace of Wrath, Gamble, and quadruple mountains. Yeah, we're going to keep on this one. We're on the draw, so I can, yeah, we can get behind that. We can gamble turn one for maybe some sort of mana rock or one of our discard outlets, kind of get some stuff up and running. But yeah, we're going to keep on this one. Yes, indeed. Actually, excuse me one second. Okay, so we're playing Hazoret the Beatsticks. Hazoret has Indestructible and Haste, and then actually I'll finish her in just a second. Let's go get the mountain down. Let's fire this gamble off. And what are we going to go for? So we're playing against Yidris. What sounds good? Could go for Nahiri's Wrath. That puts us in a spot where we can just kind of chunk our hand, but that's going to be total converted mana cost. We're really just looking at a Furnace of Wrath, but that would take care of Yidris, so it'll put us in a spot where we can discard our hand. Yeah, let's go into Nahiri's Wrath. That's going to keep Yidris off the board, at least for one turn. We could go for something like Ankh of Mishra, but I'd like to have some sort of removal for Yidris. And a way to kind of chunk our hand out. Yeah, let's go into Nahiri's Wrath. See if it sticks. Okay, we lose Commune with Lava. I will take that. Man, I always get nervous firing a gamble off. Okay, we're playing Hazoret. Indestructible Haste, can't attack or block unless you have one or fewer cards in your hand. Then 3 mana, discard a card. Hazoret deals 2 damage to each opponent. Let's go and get the mountain down. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass turn. Playing against Yidris, the Maelstrom Wielder, the man who rides on a horse with no name. He has Trample. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, as you cast spells from your hand this turn, they gain Cascade. Fair enough. Okay, let's go ahead and get the mountain down. Let's go for Nahiri's Wrath. We're choosing Yidris. We're looking at 1, 2, 3. And let's go ahead and chunk the... We can chunk the Dictate of the Twin Gods. That's going to take care of Yidris. Then we can chunk the Words of War. And then we can chunk another mountain. That's going to put us getting the mountain down next turn. We can go Furnace of Wrath if we want to. That's going to be one... Yeah, we want to hold up. We could chunk Furnace of Wrath and we'll be online for Hazoret, but I kind of like Furnace of Wrath in this one. That way we can start dealing a little extra damage. Yeah, let's go and do that. I'm okay with that. Okay, so we're left with one land drop. We're going to be able to get that down and then cast Hazoret if we want to. Okay, see what we're drawing to. Draw into Valakut. Let's go ahead and get the mountain down. We're not going to be able to swing in just yet, but if we do go... Yeah, let's go Mountain. Let's go Furnace of Wrath. They're not going to have haste with Yidris. But we can get Furnace down. The next turn we get the Valakut down and then swing in for Hazoret. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's go and do that. We're looking at 10 coming across, and that might be 10 total commander damage. Okay, see what they're tapping out for. We've got 4 mana being tapped. Mystical Teaching. Search your library for instant or sorcery, or card with flash, reveal it, and then put it in your hand. Okay, fair enough. See, they're going to search up. But yeah, when you're playing Hazoret, you definitely want to... It's kind of counterproductive to what you're normally playing with in Commander, because you're trying to get your cards out of your hand. That way you have this nice, active 5/4 beat stick with haste that can kind of swing in. And one of the ways you can kind of really take advantage of that is stuff like Furnace of Wrath. So we're looking at casting Hazoret next turn. We're going to be able to swing in for 10. If they're going for Yidris, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like they're going to have one more mana if they're going to go for Yidris. But we'll see what they're casting. They may have searched... I'm not sure what they would search up with Flash to kind of deal with Furnace of Wrath. I can't remember if there's an enchantment that has Flash. A spell that deals with enchantments that has Flash. So that might be one of their tutor targets with the Mystical Teachings. If not, either way, we're still looking at going Hazoret, and we're actually getting pretty close to having Valakut online. So whenever it enters the battlefield, whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under control, if you control at least 5 other mountains, we may have 3 damage to target creature or player. Yidris is a 5/4, so we're not going to be able to send those over there, but at least we're going to be able to send the 3 damage up top. Okay, it looks like they're tapping out for 4 mana. See what they're going for. If not, we got Hazoret coming in next turn because we're going to be able to make the land drop. Beseech the Queen. Okay, search your library, reveal it, put it in your hand. Fair enough. We'll see. See if they're searching up. But yeah, it's just pretty much counterproductive of what you're used to in Commander, and that's drawing a bunch of cards. So, but it's still fun. It's definitely... I think that was one of the biggest things with playing these gods, is that they have a drawback. That's kind of what they're going for. Let's go ahead and get the Valakut down. Let's swing in for Hazoret. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 10 total commander damage coming across. Yidris is not... If they tap out for Yidris, we get into spots where we can kind of swing in again. Anything else? No, we're good. All right, so next turn we're looking at mountain. I can't remember if you have 5 or more mountains. I can't remember if it triggers on the 5th one or not, or it's the 6th one. So, but we might have the Valakut down for the mountain. If not, then they're tapping out for Yidris. We get in spots where we can kind of swing in with that nice little dub. We'll take care of Yidris for sure, unless I want to take another 10 commander damage from Hazoret. So, see what they're tapping for. Sire of Stagnation. Okay, fair enough. Now, we can still swing with Hazoret because Hazoret is going to have Indestructible. So, we're A-okay with that. Let's see what we draw into. Scab Clan Berserker. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the mountain down. They're going to be able to draw 2 cards. And then we can still chunk a card off Hazoret. And that's going to be, yeah, let's go and swing in for 10. Yeah, let's do that. Swing in for 10. If they want to block with Sire, they're going to have to. Okay. Actually, we should have sequenced that a little bit better. I should have played the... I wasn't sure. Like, I kind of got mixed up with the Valakut. I thought we would get the trigger potentially right there. So, my bad on that one. And then we're looking at a Hazoret activation for 4 up top. Puts them down to 16. Yeah, let's go. We'll go for the Scab Clan activation off Hazoret. So, yeah, we should have sequenced that a little bit differently. I should have swung in first and then made the land drop the following turn instead of allowing them to draw a few extra cards. So, just a happy little commander mistake. So let's see what they're tapping out for. It might be Yidris. Okay, we got Nissa coming down. So let's kind of check out Nissa. So we're looking at untapped target land you control. It's a 5/5 elemental with haste. Okay. And they're going to be able to swing in for 10 on this one. Put us down to 20. And see what they draw into. Sultai Charm. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay. Let's go on in response. Discard a card. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 4 up top. And do we want to redirect? It's going to put her down to 6. No, we want to send it up top. Let's see if we can't close this one out. We're going to click no on this one. We can put them down to 16, and that stays until your next turn. So they're going to be able to have a chump blocker. So we get into spots where we can kind of, if we do draw into another mountain of Valakut, we'll get that 3 damage, and then let's see what we draw into. Insult to Injury. Okay, so damage can't be prevented this turn. If it's source you control, it deals double instead, and then deals 2 damage to each creature in each player. So we actually have exactly enough to cast it. Let's go ahead and go for that. So we're looking at, is that what we need to go for right now? 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to heart. That's going to be 4, puts him down to 12. We're going to have Indestructible for 5. That's going to force them to use the mountain. Yeah. So if we go double strike, they're just going to chump block on the mountain, and then we're going to have the injury out of the graveyard, 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. That's going to be 4, puts them down to 12. They're going to have to keep reanimating the lands. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's go. Let's get it up and running. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to get into spots where we're just tapping all of our stuff, getting rid of the cards out of the hand, and then casting it out of the graveyard. So let's go and choose 2 damage to target creature and 2 target player. Playing at 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 4, and that's going to be 4 up top. Puts them down to 12. Do we want to redirect? No, we're okay on this one. Puts them to 12. Let's go and swing in. Unfortunately, they didn't take care of the mountain, but it gets into spots where they're going to have to block. And we have the double strike. Not double strike, but deal double damage right now. Okay. Take care of the mountain. We're going to keep them off Yidris. And so basically now we're putting them in a spot where they're going to have to basically just keep plussing Nissa. We're going to slowly chip away at their lands if that's what they want to go for. Let's get Yidris back up. Or Yidris is down here. There we go. Now, if we draw into any sort of burn spells, that'll allow us to kind of get some stuff online. But simply just getting our mountains down, we're going to get more burn out of Hazoret activations with Hazoret by chunking a card instead of going for the with the Valakut. So if we draw into a mountain, that turns us online. See what we draw. Draw into Young Pyromancer. Okay. Let's go ahead and if we're looking at -6, draw a card. Let's go and swing in up top. Coming in hot for 5. We're going to see the chump block on the mountain more than likely because we're going to see Yidris coming across next turn. And then with the -6 on Nissa, whenever a land enters the battlefield, you may draw a card. So they're going to be able to plus that up. But if they swing in with the Yidris, that leaves them open next turn. But they're going to be able to take 5. Let's go ahead and let's chunk Young Pyromancer and redirect over to Nissa because that's going to keep them off the ultimate. Yeah. And that puts them in a spot to where they're not going to be able to go for that. They're going to have to use the +1 ability to turn into a land, puts them at 6, and then they're going to have to chump block again, but they can at least swing in with the Yidris this turn and kind of get some stuff up and running. So, but yeah, this is one of the downfalls of the deck. You get into spots where you have no cards in hand and you're just playing at the mercy of your deck. So I did win a top deck earlier. I don't know if this video has been posted yet, but it was one of those where I was like, well, our only out is this card, and There you go. Drew into it. Okay, opponent's going for a Dark Petition. They definitely do have Spell Mastery online, so they're going to be able to add 3 black mana to their mana pool. But this is all going to be in their main phase, so we'll kind of see what they search up. They could go for something like a Dark Ritual to kind of add some cheap mana to their mana pool off the Yidris activation. So if they do go a Dark Ritual and they have something like Ancestral Vision or Recall, I can't remember which one's which, but I think it's Ancestral Vision. So if they have Ancestral Vision off the Dark Petition, they get into spots where they can cast that for free and draw into a few more cards. But see if they do want to swing with Yidris on this one. They did. Okay, they draw into J. Scry 1, return target creature to its owner's hand. Okay, they go for the Scry 1. And if they want to swing with the Yidris, I think we're okay on this one. Okay, they activate on this. They get the Tainted Pink swinging in. Tainted Peak. Let's see what we draw into. Burning Inquiry. So each player draws 3 cards and discards 3 cards at random. So it's really going to shake their hand up, but they might kind of shuffle them into something else. Now if we go for Burning Inquiry, we're just going to put a bunch of stuff into the graveyard because we're going to draw 3 and discard 3 at random. Do we want to save it for a Hazoret activation? So we're looking at Jace. Activation for 8, counter that spell. Nissa for +1. Something like Chandra's Ignition would be really good for us to draw. Yeah, let's go and hold off. I mean, we can swing in. They're going to well, let's go and force the chump block on the Tainted Pink. We're going to swing in hot, force the chump block on that. They're going to take care of the land, and then we can hold on to the Burning Inquiry to kind of send that up top now that we don't have to worry about a Nissa Ultimate, and just kind of hope that we can maybe draw into that Chandra's Ignition. So with Chandra's Ignition, you're going to be able to cast that. It's 5 mana, and you get into a spot to where, not get into a spot, when you cast it, it deals damage. We're going to be able to deal 5 damage to each creature and 5 damage up to our opponent. So hopefully we can kind of maybe close the game out from there, see what we can kind of top deck. We are online for Valakut, so if we do start making our land drops to the mountain, that's going to be 3 damage up top. But we're going to go ahead and probably activate the activate Hazoret. That way we can deal that 2 damage. Okay, so they are definitely online for Yidris going for a Cascade. Let's see what they let's see if we're dead to a Yidris Thunderstorm Ball. That's one of my favorite things about Yidris is that you look at the card art and he's building this huge like spell bomb, and you can just almost feel it getting ready to get like fired off. And so I don't know, it's one of those times where you just kind of feel like you're actually Yidris, man. Always enjoy it. Okay, so our opponent's going for Cultivate. I'm A-okay with the Cultivate off the Harmonize. It leaves really only 2 mana. They did activate the Jace on the Scry, and they still have Nissa to make another land, so something like Chandra's Ignition would definitely be something we can go for. Or if we draw into Bestial Fury, that gives Hazoret Trample, and so you get into spots where if they do block, we'll have that trample damage, and you get a nice little bonus. Okay, they get the Forest going, and we're still sitting at only 5 commander damage, so we're still going to go for the Burning Inquiry too. We could technically get ahead with Burning Inquiry, but it's just so random that I'd rather kind of go for 2 damage up top. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. Discard the card. And I think we're just, well, we could redirect over at Nissa again. Yeah, at this point we need to go. We're not going to redirect. No, we need to go up top. Goes down to 10. We need to be kind of proactive with the burn spells. If they want to go for the Nissa Ultimate, sure, go for it. At this point in the game, by them drawing more, you know, they can draw cards off their land drops if they want to. Oh man, I thought for a second we skipped through our turn. I got really worried. Inquisitor's Flail. Okay, we can go for that. Let's go and get that down. So we're looking at, they're going to be able to double damage instead. Yeah, let's go and go for that. So we're looking at 1, 2. We're going to be able to equip it for 2. Let's go and put that on Hazoret. So we're looking at 1, 2, and then let's go and swing in. We could go for blocking on Yidris, but no, let's we just don't want them to have an army of soldier tokens over there. Okay, not soldier tokens, land creatures. All right, we're going to go and swing in for 5. Get the chump block on the forest. Fair enough. Puts them down to 10. Okay. We're just trying to get into spots where if they go for the Nissa Ultimate, then they're not going to have a land creature, and they're going to have to block with the Yidris. So they're kind of forcing them to go for that. All right, swinging in with the Yidris with a full grip of 7 and a full grip of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, we could have technically gone for activating Inquisitor's Flail, but if we get into spots where they tap out, they don't make a land creature, we can deal 10 damage and close it out. We're kind of trying to play to our outs on this one. If we draw into Bestial Fury, there's no way we're going to be able to go, even if we hit land mountain next turn. We hit the land drop. Okay, now we're getting stuff up and running. Yeah, we're just trying to play our outs on this one, and having a double damage on Hazoret is kind of one of the ways we can go for that. And with the Inquisitor's Flail, if quick creature would deal combat, it's combat damage, it's not just any damage. So I was thinking we could go for the activation, but unfortunately we're not going to get that. So they've got 5 mana up top. They've got the Cascade on Far Wanderings. Let's see what else they've got. Nature's Lore. And they've got 5 mana floating. Search your library for a basic. And yeah, they can go for the Nissa Ultimate, but really they're going to have to get a creature out there, especially since they swung in with the Yidris. But I always enjoy playing against Yidris. He's a really fun commander, man. It's kind of one of those, like, I've played against some pretty cutthroat Yidris decks, and those aren't really so fun to play off with because they're kind of going off on, like, turn 4, basically. But when you kind of build a Yidris deck like this, where it's just kind of really just value stuff, a lot of fun. Okay, so we got Crypt Gas going to cascade into the Wayfarer's Bauble. Let's see what we draw into. Once again, we are online for a Chandra's Ignition. That'd be a beautiful way to close this game out. I'll take it. I'll take care of all their creatures, but they're getting a lot of extra value out of this. Unfortunately for us, they don't have a swamp out there with the Crypt Gas, so we're going to be able to get around the double activations from that. But we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're looking at 5 mana, so we only have a few more spells we're going to have to watch out for. I wonder what the storm count is, actually. Let's put that up there. Not seeing any storm count, but I'm not sure where that is. But if they have a storm spell, they'll have it. Might see a Tendrils of Agony. I know they've cast 3 or 4 spells, so that would definitely kind of get us pretty close to getting our life total down. Okay, so we've got Treasure Cruise. Yes, Treasure Cruise. Yeah, if you think about building Yidris, stealth spells are your best friend, man. So easy to cascade into a bunch of stuff. See if they hit off this one. Go into Harrow. Okay, they're going to be able to search for a mountain, which is going to give them some nice little double swamp. And put them onto the battlefield. 2 basics. So they're going to be able to grab 2 swamps if they have them in there. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more off the Crypt Gas to kind of keep this chain going. And they're still going to be able to draw 3 cards. See what we go for. Still going to be knocking the top part of our deck for a nice little Chandra's Ignition. Bubbling Muck. Whenever a player taps a swamp for mana, the player adds black to his mana pool. Okay. Nice little Extort Trader. Puts us down to 16. So now I think we're looking at 3 tapping for the swamp. That's going to be 4, 5 with 10 cards in hand. See what we got. Rude Awakening, Cascade, Drawn to Damnation. Hazoret is indestructible, so we're okay with that. Untap all lands you control. Oh, nasty! They're going to be able to keep this chain going now. Beautiful. I'll take that. Yeah, if I get a commander loss and our opponent goes off, you know, we've gotten to turn 10. Like, it's fair game. Turn 10 is fair game. So it's always fun as being a fan of Commander to kind of see a deck go off like this. So I feel like we've both got in some nice games of Magic. But yeah, you know, as far as the Inquisitor's Flail, we could have chunked it for 2 damage up top. But if we're going to play to our outs, I like getting it on Hazoret because if we get into spots where we can kind of clear their board out, that would have been enough to kind of take care of it. So, but I'll take this. So we've got Praetor's Council. Return all cards from your graveyard to your hand. You have no max hand size for the rest of the game. And let's see if what their win condition is. We'll kind of let them do their thing. So have some fun. Let her sit here and play. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of when you're playing against Storm in Modern. I play a lot of Modern, but sometimes when I get paired against Modern in the tournament practice room and they're doing their thing, like if I need a drink of water or something out of the kitchen, I'll just kind of hit F6, and that means auto yield until end of turn. And then I'll just kind of go to the kitchen, grab my stuff, and I come back, and they're still just furiously just casting spells, trying to do their thing. So it always feels like you're playing against a robot or a computer that's trying to execute some sort of program. Okay, Bubbling Muck, they did get the Rude Awakening back to their hand. And for the Yidris players out there, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this on and record it so that way they can kind of see what's going on. So, Rude Awakening. And what I may do, since they're going to be doing a lot of sequencing, I may end up just kind of pausing the video as far as audio goes, and then just speeding the video up so you can kind of see what's going on. That way I'm not just babbling while they run through this this combo, whatever the win condition is. So yeah, I'm going to go and not pause the video, but mute the mic and just let them do their thing. Okay, so our opponent closed it out. We're at 1 life, then they had the Lana Warelse with the Extort trigger. What I ended up doing is just grabbing a screen grab at the end because at the end of the video, the game went away. Sometimes it does that on Magic Online where as soon as somebody wins the game closes out. So just wanted to show you that our opponent won it through Extort trigger, so they got us down to 1. So, alright everybody, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks.